Добрий день.
Hello, good afternoon. I would like to welcome all of you who joined Media Center in Ukrinform. This is the 201st day from the beginning of the full-fledged invasion of the Russian aggressor to our land. And today we're going to be discussing the situation in the south of Ukraine. Online with us is Natalya Humenyuk, head of the United Coordinating Press Center of Security and Defense Forces of the south of Ukraine. Ms. Natalia, hello. Glory to Ukraine, hello. Glory to the heroes. Ms. Natalia, what's the situation now in the south of the country? What's happening? As we speak, we can see that the occupiers keep shelling Mykolaiv region. Can you tell us more about this? It's true that they keep shelling Mykolaiv region. In particular, the settlements along the front lines, as well as Kryvyi Rih and Nikopol region, where the boots of the occupiers have not entered, but they want to continue exercising psychological pressure on local residents, claiming that since our counteroffensive pushed them back in the north, but still that they keep firing at our southern territories. But we can claim today that our successes over the course of the last 2 weeks allowed us to advance between 4 to a couple of dozen kilometers. We have liberated area of close to 500 square kilometers, and Kherson region, Высокопилье, Вознесенска, Белогир, Сухий Ставок, and Marulivka. These 4 settlements have been liberated as of today and are completely under the Ukrainian flag. We have cleared the territory now, and we carry out additional measures there, but the population of those territories is completely under the jurisdiction of Ukraine. I would also like to state here that the shellings of those territories are still ongoing. It's still quite dangerous there. Also, while retreating, the enemy has left mines on some of the territories. That's why everyone, all the local residents should remain to be cautious because of all those dangers. Also, over the course of the last 2 weeks, we can report that we have destroyed only in the southern area more than 1,800 occupiers, more than 500 vehicles and armored vehicles, 120 tanks, 2 jets, 2 helicopters, and about 10 cruise missiles that the enemy tried to fire at our zone of responsibility. Beautiful information. Thank you, Ms. Natalia, for that. Do you have any information about the Russians trying to find some ways to become prisoners of war and get captured by our troops? Yes. That's one of the options for them. They know that Ukraine sticks to the norms of the international humanitarian law, and for quite a long time we conducted a powerful information campaign to inform the troops of the occupiers by sending letters to them or verbally over radio, accurate information about how they can give up and get out of this, as they call, special military operation, making their troops not combat ready, especially military equipment, how to destroy it slightly so that it might not be used, how to give up arms, how to accurately become the part of the exchange fund and save their lives. Ms. Natalia, can you tell us please what's happening now in the Black Sea? What's the situation there? The sea is on our side because there is a storm there, thus it keeps the occupiers away from us and closer to their naval bases at the temporarily occupied territory of Crimea. They cannot come closer. They hide behind the Tarkhankut Cape because without the cruise ship and the air defense on Snake Island, that makes them vulnerable, and thus they are not able to advance closer to our shores because they can be hit at. But they still keep enough caliber high precision caliber missiles. Currently they are being based on 4 boats that have 26 caliber type rockets on board, which might be used like it was done last night, hitting our critical infrastructure sites because it's a high precision type of missiles. That's why it might be used for such strategic goals. That's why the air defense alarms are mandatory for everyone to follow. Let me remind you that you should not ignore them. Also, they have large naval ships for naval assault operations in the high seas now, which they were not for quite a while. But this is only to boost the morale of their troops, which, because those sailors and naval assault troops were staying too long in the port, and dangerous smoking, as we all know, might cause certain detonation and explosions. That's why most likely the enemy brought the ships into the high sea so that the wool will not cover them. Back to Kherson. Is my understanding correct that nobody there is speaking about so-called referendum? Yeah, currently that's the case. They can not establish the election commissions which would imitate the work of the sham referendum. For the time being, they changed their rhetorics about the security component because it's very dangerous for them, even at the territories which they consider to be stably occupied. They improve police activities around Kherson. They are encircling it through checkpoints and additional patrols, but within this circle, still we can hit their sites where they keep their troops and equipment. And last night we carried one of such strikes. Viktor Melnikov from CGTN, can you please clarify where exactly in the south the enemy is trying to give up their arms? Of course not. Whatever they are willing to do so, of course, we can easily imprison them, but I will not share any concrete locations to you. Ukrinform, Irina Udodenko, can you tell us, please, based on the latest conditions in the east, whether the repressions against the Ukrainians became more severe in the temporarily occupied territories? Yes, the enemy are carrying out repressions. They are looking for our resistance fighters. They strengthen their policing actions against male residents of the temporarily occupied territories. They continue the practice of walking house to house, trying to search for tattoos, body tattoos. So the tactics is the same. They just sometimes strengthen it or sometimes weaken it. Thank you. Another question. Russians, when retreating, are leaving the equipment and ammunition behind. How about the south? Do you have enough such trophies there? Yes, we do have trophies, and they leave it using the military equipment and ammunition, not what they stole while pillaging the civilians. But our boys will capture the equipment and, as they claim, use against them. Miss Natalia, do you have any information about where the whether the commanders of the enemy in the south retreated to Crimea? Is there any news whether they're trying to flee Kherson region? For the time being, they can they want to create an illusion in our mind's eye that they are sitting at the well-reinforced defense lines, but we can already observe some of the attempts, even though there are no elite boats, rowing boats trying to cross Dnieper, but if they do, we'll definitely hit them. Thank you. That was Natalya Humenyuk, head of the United Coordinating Press Center of Security and Defense Forces of the South of Ukraine. Thank you to be with us, and see you tomorrow.